All right, this next one here, I believe, is this Mazda cx5. Check engine light on, and it makes a noise, I believe. So let's go see what we got. Hey, how are you? I'm all right. So you got check engine light and some noise, right?
Yeah, when I turn it on, it's very weird. It keeps going up to 2 on the
RPM.
Gear. Yeah, and then it keeps going without like
without touching
anything.
it. Yeah. Okay.
And then when I'm driving, it has a lot of trouble shifting gears now. Especially after like 40, getting to 40, and then I have to take my foot off, wait a second, and then try again, and then it goes.
Okay.
And that.
Yeah, definitely extended crank, high idle. Okay. And now, the other shop that you had come out,
Yeah.
Did they replace anything?
No.
Nothing at all.
No. They
Did
came here, looked over there, used an app thing to check what was going
Codes
on,
and stuff.
then they unplugged something that was the the fuel sensor.
Okay.
And then plugged it back in, and it got better somehow on the app. But then they unplugged it and plugged it back, and it got worse again. And then they said I might have to replace that, but they wanted me to put B12 chem tool in there, and I didn't because
B12 chem tool.
yeah, in the gas. And
Oh, they want you to add. So okay.
because I didn't know. Oh, did they not put that thing back?
No, I put
Oh,
it
okay.
right there.
Oh no, but there was one thing that you had to take out first. No. Okay.
No,
Okay.
everything's here.
It's because they took something out when they.
I'm just curious what all the
Yeah, that
powder is.
That powder was
It might
not
be
there before.
underneath here.
I don't know. Before they came here, that was not there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. Well, I'm going to get my scanner, and we're going to take a look and see what we got. We're going to check some codes and kind of go from there. We'll see what we got. All right.
Just to make sure that you take Zelle or Venmo or anything.
Cash App, credit card, cash, check.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. But we won't worry about that part yet. Let's worry about trying to make sure we get you fixed up. Okay. Let's get a scanner. Why is my towel on the ground? Oy. All right. Scanner, 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 scanner. All right, let's go see what this thing's got in it. Definitely a very long crank. Makes me think maybe codes in here are for like a cam or crank sensor issue or a fuel pressure issue. So let's go ahead and get this cranked up. Don't mind if I do air conditioning. Sounds pretty horrible. It's stuttering all over itself. It just kind of cleared up by itself. Check engine light is still on, so that's a plus. I'm not going to do a full fault scan just right now because I don't want to waste that time. Let's go to the PCM and just see what we got. Trouble codes. Retrieve continuous trouble codes. You got to remember this is a Ford. Keep that in mind, Benjamin. Oh no, we got a fuel rail pressure sensor circuit low, bank 1, and we've got a system lean. This has got a high pressure fuel pump on it, and it has probably taken a crap. Let's go check. We'll go look at some fuel rail pressure data. See if we can find that. Maybe I could spell it correctly. Okay, so we are at desired fuel pressure is 400 and something, but we're stuck at 62. That's not good. Let's see if we've got no. All right, we need to go check on our fuel rail pressure sensor. I don't know if that's going to be on the rail or on our actual high pressure pump. Let me go get my laptop or tablet real quick. Fuel pressure sensor, wiring harness side connector. It's just a 3-wire connector. Okay, so then let's go back here. Fuel pressure sensor. Let's see where it's at. Fuel pressure sensor is number 8. So yeah, that's on the rail that's underneath the intake. So we're gonna have to back pin into that to see what that's got going on. Let's go back to vehicle. Nope. D's. Ignition coil. Fuel pressure sensor. All right, so let's rotate. All right, so fuel pressure sensor is up here. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, let's back pin that and make sure we got our voltages correct. And go from there. So, I stole this idea. If you're watching Advanced Level Diagnostics, he has this really cool bag. And I didn't buy that bag because it was really, really expensive. I just bought this crappy Cobalt thing. But it carries everything in one. And he's a genius for that. But that's the way he works. So I stole your idea, bro. I hope you are okay with that. Because I think it's a really great idea. Instead of running back and forth to the truck a million times, we can easily just, bam, have everything here. So, we're just gonna check some quick voltages here and see what we got. So, we got reference voltage. Might just be a crap sensor. So now that we're plugged in, let's see what we got. Yeah, still got 5 volts on that line. Let's go ahead and pull this. Can I just have the stupid thing? Thanks. Yeah, we got good 5 volts. All right, so now, all right, so voltage, fuel pressure. Fuel pressure is, I know you can't see that. Oh, so 435 psi is 0.92 volts. 600 psi is 1.17 volts. So do I have a bad pump or do I have a bad sensor? Is that the true amount of pressure that's in the system? Because that's our fuel rail pressure. To get on the scan tool, we got 0.6 volts here. Pump that has failed. So let's go look for. Jesus, come on. Show all. You gotta learn how to spell. Does this have fuel trims? Yeah, look at our long term. Our long term is trying to add fuel to the system 100%. We're at 16%. I don't think there's any other way I can test this high pressure pump. I don't have a high pressure gauge. So there's nothing else I can really do here, I don't think. But, so just to recap, our sensor reads correctly. We have actual voltage on it right here. So if we look at this, we wouldn't have even had to test at the actual sensor. We would actually see that we have a voltage, because this is the green line right here. This 0.6 volts is the green line coming out. So yes, we tested at the sensor. We test our 5 volts on our ground to make sure, because if we had a short 5 volts or a short ground, then this number could have been low, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty positive on that. So being that we have good 5 volts and a good ground and the same voltage coming out of the sensor that we're reading on the scan tool, I would say that our pressure sensor is okay. This is our desired pressure right now, 435. The vehicle has an extended crank and it runs poorly and it doesn't shift. That would be all along the lines of the high pressure fuel pump. So if we actually add in our long term here, show the selected. So our long term is sitting at 16%. That means that the vehicle is trying its best to add fuel in order to make it run. And it just can't do it. It doesn't have enough fuel. So I'm pretty confident that I'm going to say that this needs a fuel pump, a high pressure fuel pump. And let's go to our vehicle. Let's go back to powertrain management, and we're going to do interactive first. Engine controls. Fuel pressure sensor. Where's the fuel pump? Fuel, no, that's in the tank. Center of luggage compartment. Okay, here's our spill valve. So tan and yellow. It doesn't tell us shit about those wires. Why does this do this? All right, let's go to OE. We're going to go back to the same one we were on before. All right, so our spill valve is on the same one, but it doesn't tell me what the wires should be. It's right here, these two yellow, tan and a yellow wire. So I'm going to assume the tan. If there is a signal at the spill valve, then suspect an issue with the pump or the cam loads. All right, so let's check that. All right, so with the key on, engine off, got about 3 volts on each of those lines. Let's go start it. So I've got some type of command on there. So again, I don't know what these readings should be on here, but it looks like it's trying to control it. I'm actually getting somewhat of a signal, so I'm not going to complain about that. I'm going to say that the PCM is probably fine and that we need to put a high pressure pump in it. So if you guys have a better way of double checking the high pressure pump, let me know. But I think, again, I don't know. And this is the last part that I just don't know here. But I am comfortable with making the call on the fuel pump, or at least pulling an inspection and looking at the cam lobes to do that. But we have somewhat of a signal here. It doesn't tell me what a signal should be. So if any of you guys out there have a way to give me a better way to test that high pressure fuel pump, I would like to know. Or if you have a picture on what the high pressure fuel pump should look like on that spill valve or spool valve, whatever the hell it is, that would be awesome too. Because granted, where I'm at in the diagnosis, I'm pretty confident to say that that high pressure pump is crap. So that's what I'm going to go with, because I'm okay with that, because everything points towards it, especially the fuel trims. Okay, well, we're going to get that customer set up with a high pressure fuel pump. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. We're going to one more job. You're going to like this one.